When the sun sinks below the horizon and the last rays of daylight fade, something extraordinary begins to unfold. The world grows quiet. The noise of the day softens. And in that stillness, night reveals itself, not as an empty darkness, but as a sacred healer. For most people, the night is a time to escape, to collapse into bed, exhausted, waiting for sleep to come. But for those who learn to listen, night becomes more than rest. It becomes a teacher, a sanctuary, a mirror that reflects the truth of who we are. Think about it. In the day, we are constantly pulled outward. We answer calls, chase goals, wear masks for the world. But at night, when the world finally loosens its grip, we return to ourselves. It is here in the silence that the body repairs what has been broken, and the mind begins to let go of its burdens. Science tells us that while we sleep, the brain washes itself clean, literally rinsing away the toxins that build up from stress and overthinking. But beyond the science, there is something deeper, something the Buddha and countless sages have always whispered. The night is not just for sleep, it is for transformation. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the soft glow of the moon, the infinite canopy of stars above you, the cool air pressing gently against your skin. Doesn't it feel like the universe itself is holding you? This is the secret gift of night. It reminds us that we are not alone, that there is a rhythm greater than our worries, a silence deeper than our fears. And yet most of us miss it. We rush through the evening, staring at glowing screens until our eyes burn, drowning in distractions, shutting out the very medicine that could heal us. The night waits patiently, but few are willing to enter its embrace. This is why the teachings of Buddhism invite us to look differently at darkness. The night is not the absence of light. It is the space where light is born. In every breath of stillness there is renewal. In every hour of sleep there is rebirth. And in every silence there is wisdom waiting to be heard. Tonight we begin this journey together, not just to learn about the body's rest, but to touch something deeper. The way night restores the soul, the way it whispers truths that daylight cannot, the way it reminds us that healing is not always loud or dramatic. It is often soft, silent, and unseen. So as we step into this first chapter, allow yourself to slow down. Let your mind unclench. Let your body loosen. And let the night, in all its mystery, become your sacred healer. Because what comes next will reveal why embracing the night is not only vital for our health, but also for our awakening. In the quiet rhythm of the night, the body rests, but what about the mind? This was a question the Buddha understood deeply. Long before modern science revealed the power of sleep, the Buddha had already spoken of rest, not just as a biological need, but as a path to healing both body and spirit. He once reminded his disciples that exhaustion is not only physical, it is emotional, mental, and spiritual. We carry the weight of our worries like stones in a bag, dragging them from day into night, and then we wonder why peace does not come easily. The Buddha's insight was simple yet profound. True rest is not just about closing your eyes. True rest begins when the mind stops clinging. Think about the last time you laid down but your thoughts kept racing. Memories replaying, fears about tomorrow, regrets about yesterday. Your body was still, but your mind was running. That is not rest. That is imprisonment. The Buddha called this the restless mind, a fire that keeps burning even when the body begs for peace. And so, he taught his followers to prepare for sleep the same way they would prepare for meditation, with awareness. Before laying down, one must release the day, breathe deeply, acknowledge the storm inside. Then, gently let it go. By doing this, the night no longer becomes a battlefield of thoughts, but a sanctuary where healing can unfold naturally. What's fascinating is how modern science now echoes these teachings. Researchers say that deep, undisturbed sleep activates the body's natural repair systems, restoring cells, balancing hormones, and strengthening the immune system. But the Buddha was pointing to something even greater. When the mind rests in stillness, it heals not only the body but the heart. Sleep, then, is not just an escape from waking life. It is a continuation of the path. It is the moment where wisdom grows quietly in the soil of silence, And when you wake refreshed and calm, you carry that wisdom into the day like a hidden blessing. This is why the Buddha spoke of balance. Too much sleep leads to dullness. Too little sleep leads to agitation. But sleep in harmony with awareness, that is medicine, that is healing. Imagine if every night you could step into bed not as someone running away from exhaustion, but as someone walking into a sacred temple, each breath a prayer, each moment of surrender a cleansing of the soul. That is how sleep becomes more than rest. That is how night transforms into awakening. And in this gentle teaching lies a deeper invitation. If we learn to release, to truly surrender, then even our dreams become teachers. Even our sleep becomes a practice. And little by little, we discover that healing is not separate from daily life. It is woven into every night we are willing to enter with awareness. So as we continue, let us look closer at what the darkness itself offers us, the forgotten wisdom hidden in the very heart of night. Before night can become a healer, we must prepare ourselves to receive its gift. The Buddha often reminded his disciples, the way you end the day is the way you begin the night. If your mind is stormy, your sleep will be restless. If your heart is heavy, your dreams will mirror that weight. But if you enter the night with clarity and softness, you invite peace to walk beside you. So how do we prepare? It is not about complicated rituals. It is about subtle choices, small doors we open before lying down. The first door is gratitude. As the sun sets, pause for just a moment and ask yourself, what today can I be thankful for? Even the smallest thing, a smile, a meal, the breath you are taking right now, becomes a thread of light woven into your heart. Gratitude cleanses the mind like clear water washing away dust. The second door is release. Carrying anger or regret into bed is like clutching thorns while trying to sleep. You may close your eyes, but the pain remains. The Buddha taught the power of forgiveness, not as a favor to others, but as a healing for ourselves. Before sleep, whisper to your heart, I release what I cannot change tonight. In that whisper, the mind loosens its grip and the body softens. The third door is intention. The night is not only for rest, it is a teacher. Before closing your eyes, set a gentle intention. May my sleep bring healing. May my dreams guide me. May I wake with clarity. This intention is like planting a seed in fertile soil. Even as you drift away, your heart continues to water that seed and healing begins to grow in silence. And then there is the breath, always the breath. Slow, steady, like waves kissing the shore. The Buddha often compared mindfulness to a lamp in the darkness, simple but powerful enough to light the way. Breathing consciously as you fall asleep turns the act of resting into a form of meditation. It transforms the bed into a sacred cushion and the night into a retreat. Modern psychology agrees. A calm mind leads to deeper sleep, and deeper sleep leads to true restoration. But what the Buddha revealed goes beyond biology. He showed us that preparing the mind is the key to preparing the body. Peace in thought becomes peace in heartbeat. Peace in heartbeat becomes peace in dreams. So, when the room grows quiet and the world fades away, remember, healing sleep is not just about hours counted. It is about how you enter those hours. Step into the night as you would step into a temple, with reverence, with openness, with trust. Only then does the night reveal its medicine, wrapping you in a silence that heals deeper than words. And as we journey further, we will see how even the shadows of darkness, the very stillness of night, carry wisdom we so often overlook. There is a quiet power that most of us overlook, a power that can transform the way we sleep, the way we heal, even the way we live. That power is gratitude. Not the shallow kind we rush through in polite words, but the deep, heartfelt recognition of life's simple gifts. The Buddha once taught that a mind rooted in appreciation is a mind protected from despair. Gratitude shifts the way we see the world. Instead of focusing on what is missing, the heart learns to rest in what is already here. And when the heart rests, the body follows. Science now confirms what ancient wisdom has whispered for centuries. Gratitude changes our biology. When we end the day with thankfulness, stress hormones begin to lower. The nervous system relaxes. The heart beats more gently. The body interprets gratitude as safety, and only in safety can true healing begin. Think of it this way. Anger tenses the body like a fist, but gratitude opens it like a flower. When you lie down at night holding bitterness, your body does not know how to let go. Muscles stay tight. The mind keeps scanning for threats. But when you lie down with a grateful heart, the body receives a signal. It is safe now. You can rest. And in that rest, the night becomes medicine. Perhaps you can recall a moment when gratitude filled you so deeply it softened every corner of your being. Maybe after reconnecting with someone you love, or simply watching the stars in silence. That softness is healing in its purest form. Gratitude is not just an emotion. It is a doorway to peace. And gratitude, like all practices, grows stronger with intention. Imagine ending each evening by naming 3 things you are thankful for, not grand achievements, but the simple treasures, the food that nourished you, the voice of a friend, the breath that carried you through the day. Each acknowledgement plants a seed in the heart, and in the darkness of night, those seeds begin to blossom quietly. The Buddha often compared the mind to a garden. Neglect it, and weeds of craving and discontent will grow. Tend to it with gratitude, and flowers of contentment will bloom. What we carry into sleep, resentment or gratitude, decides what grows in the soil of our subconscious. So tonight, before you close your eyes, pause. Whisper to yourself, "Thank you for this body, however imperfect. Thank you for this breath still flowing. Thank you for this life still unfolding." In that whisper, you invite the body to release its armor. You invite the night to cradle you in safety. You invite healing to begin. And as the body responds, as gratitude reshapes the very chemistry of your being, you'll find that the night doesn't just restore your strength, it restores your perspective. For the grateful heart, every sunrise becomes a gift. From here, let us walk deeper into the mystery of night itself and discover the wisdom hidden in its silence. There was once a king, powerful yet weary. He had everything, wealth, armies, jewels, palaces that touched the sky. And yet his body ached, his mind was restless, and sleep abandoned him like a bird that refuses to land. Night after night he tossed and turned, surrounded by gold but starved of peace. The healers of the court prescribed medicines. Musicians played soft melodies. Dancers filled the palace halls with movement and light. But none of it touched the king's suffering. His wealth could buy comfort but not rest. His power could command silence but not peace. In despair he sought the Buddha. Bowing low, he confessed, "Master, I am sick, though no sickness can be seen. I am exhausted, yet sleep does not welcome me. What is wrong with me?" The Buddha looked at him with compassion and said, "Great king, your body is heavy, not because of illness, but because your heart is burdened. You eat richly but without balance, you rule firmly but without pause, and you cling to your worries as if they were treasures. You cannot sleep because you do not know how to let go." The king, humbled, asked, "Then teach me, blessed one, teach me how to let go." The Buddha spoke of 3 keys. The first, moderation. He explained that food taken with mindfulness becomes medicine, but food taken in excess becomes poison. The body cannot rest when it is overburdened. The second, gratitude. To end the day with thankfulness is to soften the heart, and a soft heart welcomes sleep. The third, release. To forgive the day, to forgive oneself, is to set down the invisible weights carried into the night. The king listened, and though he was a ruler of thousands, he chose to become a student of simplicity. That very night, he ate lightly. He sat in silence, reflecting on the blessings of his life. And before he lay down, he whispered forgiveness to those who wronged him, and to himself for the burdens he could not resolve. For the first time in years, the king slept. Not the shallow sleep of exhaustion, but the deep, healing rest of surrender. When dawn broke, he rose refreshed, his face softer, his heart lighter. Turning to the Buddha, he said, "Truly, wealth is not in gold, but in peace. A rested heart is the greatest treasure of all." This story is not just for kings, it is for us. We too carry invisible crowns of worry. We too build palaces of thought that keep us awake at night. But if we learn what the king learned, that moderation frees the body, gratitude frees the heart, and release frees the mind, then the night itself becomes a healer. And so the king's story reminds us, healing is not found in what we possess, but in what we are willing to let go of. From here, let us turn to the hidden medicine of silence itself, the quiet teacher that comes when the world grows still. The night has always spoken in symbols. For those willing to listen, darkness is not emptiness but a language, the language of healing, whispered through shadows and stars. In the stillness of night, the moon rises as a gentle guardian. Unlike the blazing sun, the moon does not overwhelm, it soothes. Its light is soft, reflective, reminding us that even in darkness there is guidance. The Buddha often used the moon as a symbol of wisdom. It does not create its own light, but reflects it, just as we in our moments of stillness reflect the truth already present within us. When we gaze upon the moon, the body softens and the mind remembers. Peace does not need to be forced, it only needs to be revealed. And then there are the stars. Tiny, countless, scattered across the black canvas of night. To some they are distant fires, but to the heart they are reminders of possibility. Each star is a seed of light, proof that even in vast emptiness, hope shines. For centuries, travelers followed the stars to find their way. In the same way, when we lie down in gratitude and silence, our inner stars, our wisdom, our compassion become guides leading us through the night toward healing. But perhaps the most overlooked symbol is the darkness itself. Many fear it, thinking it represents the unknown, the unseen. Yet the Buddha reminded us, without darkness we cannot see the light. The night is not the enemy of life, it is its balance. In darkness the body retreats to repair itself. In darkness the mind lets go of its constant grasping. In darkness we find the courage to surrender. The symbol of night is not loss but restoration. Even dreams carry their own hidden medicine. Some are wild, some are painful, some are beautiful, but all are mirrors. They show us what the conscious mind refuses to face. The Buddha taught that dreams can reveal the seeds of our desires, our fears, our attachments. To watch them without clinging, even as we wake, is to learn from them. In this way, dreams themselves become symbols of the healing work that continues while the body sleeps. When we look at night this way, every element, the moon, the stars, the darkness, the dreams, becomes a teacher. Together they remind us that healing does not always come with effort. Sometimes it comes with surrender. Sometimes it comes not in the noise of daylight, but in the silence of midnight. So, the next time you lie beneath the sky, remember, you are not alone. The moon is watching. The stars are guiding. The darkness is holding you like a mother holding her child. And in that embrace, the body and mind begin to heal. From here, let us step deeper into the quiet itself, not just the symbols of night, but the medicine found in silence. For centuries, the Buddha's teachings on rest, balance, and awareness were carried forward as sacred wisdom. But today, science is beginning to echo those truths with evidence and research, showing us that the ancient and the modern are not in conflict, they are in harmony. Consider sleep itself. Neuroscience now reveals that deep sleep repairs damaged cells, clears toxins from the brain, and strengthens memory. During certain stages of rest, the mind resets emotional patterns, allowing us to wake calmer and more resilient. Isn't this what the Buddha pointed to when he spoke of the mind releasing its burdens at night? He did not need machines or laboratories to know what science now confirms. Healing begins when clinging ends. And then, there is gratitude. Modern studies show that people who practice nightly gratitude fall asleep faster, sleep longer, and wake more refreshed. The body lowers stress hormones like cortisol, while increasing serotonin and dopamine, the very chemicals linked to happiness and calm. The Buddha taught this in simple words: a grateful heart is a peaceful heart. Science now gives us the biological map of what the ancients already lived. Even silence, that deep medicine of the night, has been studied. Researchers have discovered that periods of silence actually grow new brain cells in the hippocampus, the part of the brain linked to memory and learning. Silence reduces blood pressure, slows the pulse, and boosts the immune system. Thousands of years ago, the Buddha sat in forests and caves, teaching that silence reveals truth. Today, science shows us silence also rewires the brain. But perhaps the most fascinating bridge between Buddhist wisdom and modern science is mindfulness. Sleep scientists encourage meditation before bed, noting that mindful breathing lowers anxiety and prepares the nervous system for rest. In monasteries, monks practice this not as therapy but as the very heart of awakening. Two paths, two languages, yet both leading to the same truth. Awareness is healing. The Buddha often compared his teachings to medicine offered to those who suffer. Science, in its own way, seeks medicine, two answers to heal the mind and body. When we place them side by side, we see not contradiction but confirmation. The ancient and the modern bow to the same mystery, that peace, rest, and healing are already within us, waiting to be uncovered. So when you close your eyes tonight, remember, you are not just lying in bed. You are stepping into a space where timeless wisdom and modern science meet. A space where breath becomes medicine, gratitude becomes chemistry, silence becomes renewal. And in that meeting, you find the harmony of being human. From here, our journey turns inward again, to the deeper healing that comes not only from rest or science, but from compassion, the medicine of the heart. Most people see sleep as a break, a pause button, a blank space between one busy day and the next. But what if sleep could be more than that? What if every night was not just an ending but a sacred beginning? The Buddha's wisdom invites us to treat sleep not as an escape but as a ritual of healing and awakening. Think of a ritual not as something rigid or complicated, but as an act done with intention. A candle lit in silence, a breath taken with awareness, a gentle bow of the head before rest. These simple gestures transform ordinary moments into sacred ones. And when sleep is entered in this way, it is no longer just the body lying down, it is the soul preparing to be renewed. The ritual begins before the bed. As the day winds down, ask yourself, what do I wish to carry into my night? If you choose gratitude, your heart becomes light. If you choose anger, your dreams will mirror the storm. Setting an intention turns the act of sleep into a doorway. Step through with awareness and you enter the night as a pilgrim, not a prisoner. Light plays its part too. For centuries, monks have dimmed their lamps before rest, letting darkness become their companion rather than their fear. In our modern world, screens glow late into the night, flooding our eyes with artificial fire. But when we dim the lights, we remind the body, it is time to surrender. Darkness becomes not emptiness, but invitation. The breath is another sacred thread in this ritual. Imagine lying down and letting each exhale carry away the day, your worries, your tasks, your unfinished conversations. With each inhale, you receive peace. With each exhale, you release weight. Slowly, the bed is no longer just a place of rest. It becomes an altar and your breathing becomes prayer. Even small practices deepen the ritual. A whispered mantra, a soft smile before closing your eyes, placing a hand over your heart and saying, "Thank you for carrying me today." These are not mere habits. They are seeds planted in the soil of night, and when morning comes, they bloom into resilience, clarity, and joy. Science may describe this as better sleep hygiene, but in truth, it is more than hygiene. It is devotion. It is remembering that the way we sleep shapes the way we wake, and the way we wake shapes the way we live. So let tonight be different. Let it not be a collapse into exhaustion, but a conscious step into healing. Create your own ritual, however small, a candle, a prayer, a breath. And in that ritual, discover that sleep is not the end of the day, but the beginning of wholeness. As we move deeper, we will see how compassion, the gentle force of the awakened heart, can infuse even our nights with healing light. When the body drifts into sleep, the mind does not simply vanish. It speaks in another language, through symbols, images, and dreams. The Buddha described dreams as echoes of the mind in the silence of night, reflections of what we hold deeply, whether fear, longing, or wisdom waiting to surface. Some dreams are heavy like storms. They bring up shadows we have ignored, anger, regrets, or pain we refuse to face in daylight. They may appear as nightmares, but they are not punishments. They are purifications. They are the mind's way of cleansing, of showing us what must be released. To awaken from such a dream is not to feel cursed, but to recognize the body and mind are trying to heal you. Other dreams are luminous. They leave you with peace, as if a hidden teacher visited you in the night. You may dream of light, of flowing water, of a tree rooted deeply in the earth, or of a compassionate presence guiding you. These dreams are blessings, signs that healing is reaching deeper layers of your being. But whether heavy or luminous, dreams are shaped by the state of your heart before sleep. Enter the night with bitterness and your dreams echo bitterness. Enter with gratitude and your dreams echo gratitude. Gratitude is not a small gesture, it is medicine. The Buddha taught that a heart filled with thankfulness creates harmony in the body. Gratitude tells every cell all is well. You are safe. You may heal. Imagine a poor man who, each night, remembered just one beautiful moment of his day. A smile, a kind word, the warmth of sunlight on his face. Despite hardship, he whispered, "Thank you," before closing his eyes. His sleep was peaceful, his body strong. Gratitude transformed his nights into medicine and his life into longevity. Joy works the same way. Even a faint smile before sleep is powerful. It signals the body that the struggle is over for now. The heart opens, the nerves calm, and healing begins. The Buddha said, "A smile is the seed of awakening." Think of that. One smile, even without reason, is enough to shift your body into harmony. So before you sleep tonight, create a simple ritual. Recall 3 things you are grateful for, no matter how small. Breathe deeply. Let a gentle smile rest on your lips. Whisper, "Thank you for this day. I rest in joy. Tomorrow I am reborn." This is not poetry. It is science and spirit working as one. Gratitude lowers stress. Joy releases healing chemicals. Together they prepare the body and mind for the deepest rest. Dreams will still come, but with gratitude and joy, even the shadows will soften and the luminous will shine brighter. Your night becomes a sanctuary, your sleep a teacher, and your dreams a bridge between your inner world and the universe beyond. And as the night heals, a new question arises. How do we carry this healing into the dawn? How do we step into the morning not as the same person, but as someone reborn? Each morning is not just another page in the same story. It is a rebirth. The Buddha taught that with every sunrise, the universe whispers, "You have been given another chance. Use it well." Think about it. While you slept, your body was healing, your mind was cleansing, and your soul was resting in silence. You awoke not as the same person who closed their eyes last night, but as someone new, refreshed, lighter, more open to life. The breath you take upon waking is not yesterday's breath. It is today's first breath, the beginning of a new journey. Rebirth does not only mean the great cycle of life and death. It also means the countless small rebirths we experience every day. Each dawn is an invitation to live differently, to forgive, to love more deeply, to see with clearer eyes. The Zen masters often say, "Die each night and be reborn each morning." It does not mean the body dies. It means let the old mind die, the anger, the worry, the regrets, and allow the new mind to awaken with freshness, like a child seeing the world for the first time. Imagine waking tomorrow not carrying the weight of yesterday's mistakes, but holding only gratitude for the chance to try again. Imagine stepping into the day not with fear, but with the joy of someone who has been given a precious gift. Because that is what each morning truly is, a gift. Even science supports this truth. Sleep reorganizes memory, repairs cells, resets the nervous system. You wake not just rested, but renewed. The body is literally younger than it was the day before. Your heart beats again with rhythm. Your brain shines with clarity. Your very being has been gently remade in the night. So as you rise, do not rush. Pause, feel the gift of this rebirth. Place your feet on the ground with awareness. Breathe in slowly and whisper, "Today I am new. Today I live with joy." This is not just a prayer. It is a vow, a conscious choice to live fully, kindly, and wisely. And when you walk into the day with such awareness, you discover something extraordinary. Life is not short, nor is it long. Life is simply this moment, this breath, this step, this sunrise. When you live fully in each moment, rebirth is not just something that happens in the morning. It happens in every single breath. The Buddha once said, "Every morning we are born again." What we do today is what matters most. Let these words guide you. Let your mornings be sacred. Let your nights be healing. Let your days be filled with gratitude and joy. And when the final morning of this life comes, you will not fear because you have been practicing rebirth every day. So remember, the night is for healing, the dreams are for teaching, the gratitude is for softening the heart, and the morning is for beginning again. Every sunrise is a blessing. Every breath is a new life. And you, yes, you are already free. If these words touched your heart, let this be more than just a moment. Carry it with you into your days and nights. And if you wish to walk further on this path of peace, wisdom, and healing, I invite you to stay connected. Subscribe to Zen Buddhism Wisdom and let each video be a gentle reminder to pause, to breathe, and to return to yourself. Share this with someone who may need light in their darkness. Together, we can create a space where ancient teachings meet our modern lives, where healing is possible, and where every soul feels at home. Your journey does not end here. It continues with every breath, every sunrise, every step forward.